Aura is the smartest AI agent for Unreal Engine. We just dropped a huge update. Aura's blueprint agent is now leagues above what it was at launch. In addition to creating art assets, Aura can help you rig and retarget animations. And you can use Aura with coding agents like Claude Code. In this video, I'll take you through all of Aura's major features as of today. We're using the third-person combat template to prototype our own firebending game. First, let's replace the character model. I'll use Aura to create a few concept images for our firebender. You can ask Aura to generate multiple images at a time and then pick the one that you like. This is helpful for brainstorming ideas without ever having to leave the editor. I want to create a 3D model for our character, but first we need to edit the reference since this art style and pose is a little bit too complicated. And to make sure the model doesn't have any weird artifacts, I'm going to place the reference image or the character on a white background. Alright, this looks good. So let's go ahead and use Aura to create the 3D model next. When it's done generating, Aura will automatically import the model in your project and in Level. Now I'm going to give Aura the mesh and have it rig the model. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, all the bones look good. Now for the huge time saver. I want this model to have the same exact animations as the template combat character. So we'll have Aura take care of retargeting all of that. Because Aura has a deep understanding of the project, it can locate the source assets and then use its Python agent to retarget the animations. And in this process, Aura is going to create the animation blueprint, the montages, and animation sequences, of course. You can imagine having multiple enemies or NPCs that you need to set up, and having Aura do all of that tedious work of retargeting in Editor can save a whole bunch of time. Alright, here's how it looks. This is exactly what we need for our prototype. An artist or animator can come in and replace it with the real assets later on. Alright, so now the player is all set. I'm going to use the same art pipeline for the enemies. They're using the same animations that the enemies were in this level. Yeah, we'll fix that later. Now let's make some gas abilities. So I want our firebender to fly just like Azula in the TV show. For clarity, I'm calling it a jetpack with Aura. The way you word your prompts can really affect how Aura responds, just like other AI tools, so don't be discouraged if you're still learning how to prompt well. Okay, Aura used its Python and blueprint agent to create the jetpack gameplay tag, the input action, and then the blueprint itself. Here's how the blueprint looks, fairly straightforward. When working with Aura to create gameplay systems, I highly recommend breaking it down into bite-sized components. Like, don't try to one-shot entire systems. Alright, let's try it out. So I just need to press down the left shift key to activate the jetpack. So definitely this is just the starting point, but since Aura got us most of the way there, I can just focus on tuning. Now we're going to get a bit more advanced. So I'm asking Aura to create a fireball ability in gas using primarily C++ and not blueprints. I'm being very specific about the direction, position, and cooldown. I'm also having Aura use Slate to build the UI. This is more complex, so to make sure Aura understands what I'm asking for, I'm going to use Plan Mode and Opus 4.6, Anthropic's latest model. In this mode, Aura will build out an implementation plan in a markdown file that we can edit ourselves. Aura will also ask clarifying questions to fill in the gaps. So before we start implementing anything, this gives me the chance to revise or correct anything that seems off. Alright, we have our plan. I'm going to go ahead and click Start. Clicking Start automatically puts you in agent mode. Now Aura is building in C++ and will run live coding to compile. It'll ask you if you want to accept or reject its changes. In this case, I'm going to allow auto execute. Ideally, you're able to review the code before accepting it, but if that's not an option, backing up your project in version control is a must. Note it did take a couple more iterations to get it fully working, but Aura got us like 99% of the way there. I can shoot a fireball, and I have the cooldown UI on the bottom left. Now let's add in some fire VFX. I'm using Aura to search the FAB store to find some free assets. And then we'll ask Aura to hook it up. Alright, looks good. Okay, it's time to fix the ragdoll issue with the enemy. I'm going to show you a couple more advanced ways to use Aura. First is hooking up Aura with IDEs like Writer and Claude Code. Second is using Aura without having the editor open, which allows you to analyze and work on your project without the clunkiness of the editor. So just find Aura in your programs, open it up, go to Settings, MCP Configuration, and then Add to Editor. And then to use Aura without the editor, you'll just paste in the path to your project, and then launch Headless. Okay, now let's use Claude Code, and have it help fix the ragdoll issue. I'm also going to tell Claude Code to make sure to use Aura's MCP tools. Okay, so after some back and forth with Claude Code and Aura, we got there. The ragdoll is disabled and the enemy doesn't go flying anymore. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was certainly more technical, but I really wanted to show you how much more advanced Aura is now. Many of these features were requested by design partner studios and the community, so shout out to them. Aura is in public beta right now, and anyone can get a free trial at tryaura.dev.